Welcome back, everybody. Surrounded by flowers. Oh, he's the brightest bulb in our garden. We are a few days into the month of June, and finally the weather is heating up. So what should you plant right now? There's one guy with the answer here with his tips. Garden Guy Gail Kay, everybody. Hi, buddy.
How are you?
I'm doing great. I honestly, you're one of my mom's favorite guests, and you're one of my favorite guests.
My heart is so warm.
Well, it should be.
I'm getting tingly.
Well, you should. Okay, so let's get right to it. What should we be, you take it over. What should we plant right now?
Okay, well, obviously, spring is really the best time to get out in the garden. And for me, I've been up to my elbows pretty much for about a month and a half.
In moist dirt?
In rich, moist soil, because that's really...
Dale physically wrote that in an email today. He goes, I'm very busy. Yeah.
And that's really key, because the better the soil, it's like a good night's sleep, right? The better the bed, the better the night's sleep.
That's right.
So the better the soil, the better your plants will grow. So anything that you can do to improve the soil, compost, fertilizer, all those things that make it rich and moist will, of course, grow better plants. The calendar has ticked to June.
Yeah.
So what should you be planting right now?
That's what we're going to answer.
So let's take a look. It's a great time to get really tropical in your own backyard. That tall red one right there is Mandevilla. And by geez, by jingo, by crikey, it grows. It grows like a weed. It grows like a weed.
It's
bulletproof. It's bulletproof.
I think he discussed an Australian. Did you?
No, it's bulletproof,
okay.
And it blooms all season long. But whether you're growing hibiscus or mandevilla, anything tropical is really, really fun to do. The weather is warmer, especially up here in the upper Midwest. Great time to incorporate some blooming tropicals into your backyard. The little orange one in front there,
right here.
Oftentimes at this time of year, once you got all your other flowers in, you find, and as we're growing more trees, you find that you have that shady spot in the garden. Well, I have the tonic and the ticket for your garden. Iconia begonia, the one that we're looking at there, Iconia begonia, is a brand new begonia.
Is that the real name?
Yes.
Now you're making that up. Now that's not the name.
No, I do that on other shows, not your show.
Okay,
It's called Iconia.
You do it with Marlar, don't you? You do it when Keith's here.
Yeah. Jeff double checks all my work here and all my emails, so I have to kind of hit it on the head. Iconia begonia, it's a brand new introduction, and it blooms profusely in the shade, which is really, really beneficial. Plus, Jason, you get that beautiful burgundy foliage to boot. So
all kidding aside, that's beautiful.
Your mother will love it.
Yeah, that's a beautiful.
In this neck of the woods, May was a little up and down, topsy-turvy with the weather. It was warm, then it was cool, and then it almost snowed, and yada. If you didn't get your tomatoes, if you didn't bang your tomatoes or your peppers or all your other warm season veggies, now is a great time to do that. And all the rage right now is companion planting. So adding some African marigolds to your veggie garden, what they do is they attract the bugs.
Okay.
Bugs go to marigolds, not your tomatoes, peppers, all those guys.
So the term is called companion gardening?
Companion planting, just like you and me.
Yeah.
Like this. Marigolds are like this with your other plants, because bugs, for whatever reason, like those. Probably somewhat because of the fragrance that they do.
Who would bugs go to in our duo?
Me.
Yeah,
we're just. Jeff Orchid also said, just you take the hit.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
One trend that's also trending in the garden right now is nightscaping. So anything that you can plant that blooms in the evening is super, super hot right now.
That's horrifying looking. That's scary.
So we're in the daytime.
Yeah.
So flower is closed.
It has teeth.
Don't worry.
It looks like something Jim Henson created.
Don't worry, I'm a horticulturalist. Don't worry.
What do you do? You just broke off your own flower.
Inside here.
Okay. Ew. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get to there it is.
What is that?
It's white. It's it opens a beautiful white color. It is luminescent. It bounces off the moon. So when you're outside in your patio, this thing opens up into a big tubular flower that's white. It's somewhat aromatic, and when you're outside on your patio, getting a little tipsy, this just enhances your nightscaping. So anything that blooms at night, this is called datura.
And that
Datura.
Datura.
Yes, it has a closed bud like this during the day, looks a little bit like a monster, opens out in this beautiful petal.
Does it kind of glow in the dark?
Yeah, it's luminescent. It's luminescent.
Okay.
Also for your summer gardening, as we roll into June, mozzies are out. So any citronella plants that you can plant right now, this essential, you rub it in your hands. The essential oil is fabulous. No, rub it.
Why? Why? Oh. Oh, that smells good.
Yeah, but the best thing is mozzies don't like it.
What? The mosquitoes. Oh, I was
mosquitoes don't.
Is that an Australian term for the mosquito?
Anybody heard of mozzies before?
No.
Then yes, that's Australian. Also, I'm confused. How long have I been?
Mozzies. You call them mozzies?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. Okay.
But there's a lot of bad. Mozzies have a bad rap, and probably rightly so. So having some citronella around there's all that West Nile, I don't know, bird flu, whatever they're doing.
I just touched it and it has bird flu?
No, not this, the mozzies.
It feels like rub it gets you bird flu.
How much more time do we have?
Well, you know what? Let's do this. Let's save these, and we're going to answer questions. We're staying here, aren't we? Jeff?
Natives are very popular. I'm just going to keep going.
No,
Natives are very popular.
We're going to go to commercial. Dale, save that for your finale.
I'm going home.
No, you stay right here. More with Dale Kaye. We're going to finish this, plus he's answering your gardening questions when we come back. We're back with Garden Guy Dale Kaye. Now, before we answer your Facebook questions, and thanks again to all of you, we got so many great questions for Dale. Let's wrap up a couple more plants to plant in this time of year.
For June, another very popular category is all your natives. They do some great ones. They're less taxing on the environment, of course. Your inputs are a lot less, and they do attract pollinators. I'm looking at some of my favorite two natives here. Milkweed, of course, for the butterflies. And then this one had some audience interest as well. This is called Aquilegia, or one of the columbines. Granny bonnets is another common name. It blooms profusely. It's a native, but it attracts hummingbirds as well. So,
seriously?
Lots of columbines. This is a native. And then also, just in general, perennials are great to plant in June. This is iris. This is kind of a true gardener's plant. All your bearded iris, also very popular right now.
As I said, we got a lot of questions from you on our Facebook page, and we're going to answer them for you right now, or Dale is. First up, Bernice. Hi, Bernice. She asks a question a lot of you had. How do you get rid of creeping Charlie without chemicals or letting it take over your lawn?
Okay, so creeping Charlie is that little runner that has purple flowers, quite invasive. You may think it's quite pretty. If you think it's pretty, it has that wonderful little purple bloom, go ahead and leave it. It's just fine. It's just doing its thing. If you don't like it and it's in your lawn, which oftentimes it does, there's two things that you can do. One is your hands manually pulling. That's forever. That's a lot of,
it's a lot of manual labor.
What you can do without chemicals, though. Oh, I never leave anywhere without my happy bag, my gardening happy bag. I never go on a Jason show without this, because you never know when you're going to get Facebook questions. Vinegar.
What?
Vinegar sprayed in a bottle with some spreader sticker, which is just household detergent. So the vinegar will actually burn the weed, but you don't want it on your lawn, so you just spray the weed. But what the dish soap does is it helps it stick. That soapy helps it stick to the weed.
Oh.
So vinegar with a little bit of dish soap in a spray bottle out of the happy bag takes care of creeping Charlie.
There we go.
Or at least help control it.
Cindy asked another popular question. Why can't I get hydrangea bushes to bloom?
Cindy probably means the endless summer hydrangea, and ever since it came out in, I think, 2005 or thereabouts by Bailey Nurseries, a local company, there's been mixed reviews on it. In the south part of the country, down in Alabama where it's hot, I think it's just too hot for that plant. It was developed in the north. Up in the north where we are, in the upper Midwest, I think it gets just a wee little bit too cold because it's a macrophylla type hydrangea that blooms off of second-year wood, or partially first, second, some of that mid-range wood, which overwinters, and I think sometimes the winters are a little harsh. If it's not blooming for you, what I recommend, there is another Bailey's introduction called Summer Crush. And I just like the name. Why wouldn't you want Summer Crush in your backyard?
That's a picture of it right there.
That's the picture of it there.
Okay,
Try that one. It doesn't have the same it doesn't have the same blooming issues. Audience like that one. It doesn't have the same blooming issues that Endless Summer seems to have. I had the same problem. Hey, I'm the garden guy. It didn't bloom for me. I cut bait and put something else in.
I'm fascinated that, like apples, there are new plants developed. I didn't know, like when you said, oh, it came out it dropped in 2015. It sounds like a Britney Spears album. You know what I mean? I didn't know that. I honestly didn't know.
One great thing about this industry in our neck of the woods, the University of Minnesota has a wonderful breeding development program.
Yes, they do.
And so that's great stuff.
Kimber rather, beautiful name, is next. She says, my tomatoes are always dry and mealy. What's the secret to juicy tomatoes?
Okay, you've heard me talk about it before.
Where's your happy bag?
It's right here.
Yeah, okay.
Compost is a really great soil amendment. Your tomatoes will not only taste better, but they will be juicy and full of flavor. That's the most important thing. If you've already planted your tomatoes, there is a thing called compost tea. Now, these are just like little tea bags. Yeah, we'll rip into it.
Yeah.
Bob's your uncle.
Okay.
It's just a little, there's compost in this little thing. You pop this in your watering can. If I had a watering can, you just pop that in.
Yeah.
You let it brew. You let it brew just like you would tea, and then you water it. So you're actually watering compost. So as you do that once a month on your tomatoes, you will not have dry, mealy, bland, icky tasting tomatoes.
That is... Now, that's about the best thing you've ever shown. That is great, yeah.
And it's OMRI listed, so it's safe for organic gardening. OMRI listed, safe for organic gardening.
Dale, have you got any of these flowers I can give to Marge? I want Marge to take some
I
home,
think she would like that big purple one.
Can we give her this one right here?
Yes, we can.
There we go for Marge. There we go. There we go.
The best thing is... The best thing is you don't even have to tell her that I did that. You can just take all the credit.
Oh, Marge, I put that together. I'm just joking. Dale Kaye, thanks for being here. If you missed any of Dale's tips, we'll be posting this segment on our Facebook page. Just search for Jason Show TV.